Nothing like waking up to the smell of coffee, or in my case, the bacon. Candied bacon and an omelet makes the perfect breakfast or brunch, depending on when you roll out of bed. Or no judgment, breakfast for dinner. Hey guys, it's Rachel, the McCormick food stylist and chef. Today, I'm with Flavor Makers. I am going to show you some of the most delicious, flavorful, and fun recipes. I don't know about you, but I love the combo of sweet and savory, and this brown sugar bacon delivers. We're using the oven. This way, there's no splattering bacon fatty mess in your kitchen. We're freeing up the stove and can make an entire package of bacon at once. I preheated my oven to 350. I've lined a pan with tin foil. I have my bacon here. I fit an entire package of bacon on this tray. Whoa. I've lined them up so that they're touching. I let them overlap a little, get a little friendly. Hey, what's up? That's totally okay. I have some brown sugar here, just in a little bowl, and I'm going to take my McCormick coarse ground black pepper, and I'm gonna add a little bit to my brown sugar. I'm gonna mix that up. That punch of black pepper creates this magically delicious flavor. I'm gonna sprinkle that right on top of my bacon. I want every part of bacon to have brown sugar and black pepper on it. I want every last drop, guys. And I'm going to use the back of my spoon to just kind of pat in that sugar. I'm gonna spread it around with my spoon. I want it really to coat everything. So I have that nice and evenly coated. I'm gonna stick this in the oven for about 25 minutes and we'll rotate the pan in a bit. While that's crisping up, let's get started on the omelets. So I have a bowl here with a dozen eggs. I'm gonna whisk that up a little bit. I'm going to add some of my McCormick salt-free garlic and herb seasoning. This seasoning contains everything you need to make delicious eggs. I'm gonna add a little bit of that in here. It has so many herbs and flavors, and you really don't need to add anything else. But of course, we'll just add a little bit more of our coarse ground black pepper, McCormick, of course, and we'll also add a little bit of salt. Now, I love using this salt-free seasoning because it contains herbs and flavoring, but it doesn't have any salt, which I love because I like to add my own amount. So I'm whisking this up. I want every part of my omelet to have delicious seasoning and flavor. So I'll move over here to my stove. I have a non-stick pan here, and I have a little bit of non-stick spray. Just to be sure our eggs don't stick, I'm gonna spray a little bit of that on there. And of course, because this spray doesn't really have too much flavor, I like to add a pad of butter. Just a little bit. I really want some nice flavor in my eggs. You can't have eggs without butter, come on. I have a friend who makes eggs and he pours the eggs on when it's like super, super hot and he literally gets black eggs. Ew. We're not doing that today. We're making really nice, soft, delicious eggs. I'm adding 3 scoops of eggs to cover the bottom of the pan. I have that in there and I'm going to use my spatula to kind of just shimmy the eggs. I want them to coat the bottom and I want them to cook really nice and evenly on here. To make that perfect omelet, just like the chef at the fancy hotel omelet bar, you're gonna run your spatula along the edges just like I'm doing. I want the edges to be nice and cooked, and then I'm gonna kind of move those edges around, let the uncooked egg on top kind of slide underneath. Just like that. I'll kind of move the pan a little bit, let the eggs get underneath. I literally smell the herbs in here, guys. It smells so good. So I am going to add in some of my favorite fillings. I love a little bit of ham. I'm going to put my ham on one side of the omelet, and then we'll fold it nicely over. So I have my ham, and then I love a little cheddar cheese. You can put whatever fold-in toppings you want. Of course, I love a little protein and a little cheese in the morning, but if you want spinach or tomatoes or onions, make this your own, guys, whatever you want. I'm going to cover my omelet now. I really want that cheese to get really nice and ooey gooey, and then it's gonna be so delicious. I'll let that sit. I've taken my brown sugar bacon out of the oven, guys. I let it cool on some paper towel on a plate. It smells so good. I need to have some. So I'm going to plate myself a couple pieces. I love having some extra bacon on my plate. So I'm taking 3 slices. My omelet is done. I'm going to take off the top. Look at that steam. I mean, come on, this omelet's gonna be so delicious. Look at that cheese, it got really nice and ooey gooey. I'm going to fold over my omelet. Look how perfect that looks. Better than the hotel omelet bar, guys, come on. Okay, so I'm going to plate this up. I'm gonna slide it onto my plate. It smells unreal. So a little trick that I love to do is garnish with some of the toppings that are inside. So I like to take a little bit of ham and a little bit of cheddar cheese and just kind of sprinkle it on the top. That way everybody knows this is Rachel's omelet. Do not touch. And there you have it, a perfect breakfast, sweet and savory, perfectly delicious. Make sure you like and subscribe to McCormick on YouTube so you can check out all the Flavor Maker videos.